you ever been out on the water and you saw a bunch of sailboats zigging and zagging all clumped together like way too close, and it was stressing you out and you were a little worried about where the heck they were going? You're probably looking at a sailboat race, and your friends on the dock probably said something to you like, "Oh, be careful out there, there's a regatta going on." And what they meant by that is, hey, there's gonna be a bunch of sailboats going as fast as they possibly can in one direction, and they are focused and they do not care about anything else that's going on, and they know that they're the stand-on vessel against a powerboat, so you're probably screwed. So what the heck is a sailboat race, and why do people get so excited about it? Let me explain some of the basics first. The start line is marked on one end with a buoy, a marker, a ball, a flag, a pin, a starter, whatever, and on the other end by a committee boat full of the meanest people you've ever met in your entire life. The race committee's primary job is to set the countdown to the start. So sailboats don't exactly have brakes. They don't like hit the pedal and go. Instead, what they do is they zig and zag around, which is what that cluster is, until the countdown to the start. As soon as the countdown gets to 0, they're allowed to cross over the start line and start heading towards the windward mark. And that windward mark is placed directly upwind of the start line. So here's why that's interesting. If you're a sailboat, you cannot sail directly into the wind. Your sail will just flop back and forth because the wind is hitting it on both sides. So you have to zig and zag and make decisions on where you're gonna go in order to get to that windward mark. That's what makes it interesting. So after they get to the windward mark, they have to go around it and head back down to the leeward mark, or the lower mark, or the down mark, or the downwind mark, or the bottom, or the second, or whatever the heck they want to call it. Depends on the boat. And they will round that and head back up. And they'll do that however many times the evil people on the committee boat want them to do it, until they have to cross the finish line. And usually the finish line is the same as the start line, so it makes it kind of easy. So the countdown has started because the evil people on the committee boat said so. And your job now is to position your boat and get to the right speed and location that you are crossing that line as the timer hits 0 with as much speed and best positioning as you possibly can. And it's very exciting. But do not cross that start line early. Otherwise, you have to fight your way back across a bunch of other boats that hate you to get to the other side of the start line so you can restart, or the committee boat will penalize you. There's a lot of rules of maneuvering that you have to learn in order to start sailboat racing, and I'm not going to cover any of those in this video. However, contact between boats is always frowned upon. Some regattas, any touch between boats is immediate disqualification for both vessels, and you are not allowed to race anymore. That's how serious they take it. In other regattas, sometimes you can do a little, and the penalty is going to be that you have to do turns. Yeah, you gotta spin your boat around however many times those evil people on the committee boat tell you you have to. So who cares? Well, I do, because sailboat racing is really sexy and fun, and I am going to be racing on the Pride of Baltimore for the Annapolis to Bermuda race, and I'm really freaking excited about it. So you have to know what sailboat racing is so that I can yell about it on the next couple of videos coming up, which is why you should hit the like, subscribe, bing bong buttons, so that you can keep track of all of my insane adventures coming up. I'm like stupid excited. I'm also super excited to have a sponsor for these videos, Old Line Spirits. They make an excellent Caribbean rum. It's smooth and perfect and golden like me. Back to talking about the race. So the Annapolis to Bermuda race, the A to B, is a voyage race. It's days and nights on the ocean, and you get to see the most beautiful stars you've ever seen in your entire life. But it also means that you have to rely a lot on some very serious crew. I happen to be sailing with Pride of Baltimore, and they have professional crew that are going to take very good care of me because these guys really, really know what they're doing. And if you happen to notice that the quality of this video is like way better than any of my others, that's all thanks to Riggo Productions. If you have any video needs, you should probably talk to them. They have been really, really awesome to work with, and I highly recommend them. Go check them out. Links, description below. Click boxes, do things. Send this to all your friends that don't know anything about sailboat racing. Tell everybody that I'm doing good stuff so that I can continue to work with really cool people like Riggo Productions.